Hey, hello everyone. Those who study the web developer from scratch in 30 days course with me, and those who don't study with me but would like to see some additional materials and learn something interesting. This is day 3 and 4 YouTube bonus material. During the last 2 days we created the first HTML document, your first website. We showed how the front of the website is built. We showed it in various examples. We launched a couple websites with and without CSS and showed the difference in their appearance. We saw what the mockup of the website looked like. The mockup is a basic matrix of the website. We usually start the entire production of a website or even a web application from it. Then I showed you how to build the HTML structure from such a mockup, and then you did a similar task based on another mockup. Additionally, we discussed the most important HTML tags, as well as their purpose and use. We also taught ourselves a bit about HTML tag attributes. The attributes are an important part of the markup language, and without them many tags work very differently, or not work at all as expected. We also discussed the head of the website, and we will come back to that later in this video. Mockup, the first basic document we prepare when creating even the simplest website. I strongly encourage you to create mockups. You can do this in some mockup program or on a piece of paper, because later on you will create the HTML structure based on this mockup, and it's very good to see the visual outline of the project to better anticipate the technical needs of the website or application. So we have a mockup. Assuming that we are freelancers and work independently or in a small team, we create a mockup and it's best to discuss it with the client at this stage. Then such a mockup can go to a graphic designer who will use it to create a website layout that will look like a final website on the server. Of course, the developer should also receive such a mockup to be able to start working on a website or application on its basis by creating its structure and logic. Now I would like to show you an example of a mockup. A mockup for a simple project can contain one page on a piece of paper. More advanced mockups can contain up to several hundred pages. And I would like to show you more or less how it looks like. You can see an example of a mockup on your monitor right now. This is how it may look like. Here you can see we have some basic structure explained. We got some notes from a graphical designer. We have some notes what should be contained on the website, and how it should look more or less. The mockup on this stage doesn't give the final look of the website, because working with this mockup, a graphic designer will create the final layout of the website looking exactly like the website on the server. It's good to establish such a mockup with the client so that the website or application may contain the elements that we agreed with the client and for which the client pays us. This way both sides have an agreement on what is supposed to be included in the project, when and at what price. The next step is creating the layout. It is a website or application design that is created by a graphic designer based on a mockup. It shows the final look of a website or application. On its basis, the front-end developer styles the appearance of the website or application in CSS. And now I would like to show you the example of the website layout. Here you can see a layout of a GitHub page. Let's have a look on it. This is more or less how it looks like. On the left we can see the smallest layout addressed to the mobile devices, such as smartphones. We can see the width is narrow. We can see a hamburger menu icon. And basically you can see this layout is designed for the mobile devices. More on the right we have the bigger layout, which is destined to some bigger devices like tablets. We can see this layout is wider. Some elements got expanded, as you can see. We have more free space on the left and on the right. And then we have the biggest layout, which you can see right here, which is designed for the desktop devices, such as computers or laptops, or even TVs. You can see the navigation is no longer hidden under the hamburger menu icon, because there's no need for that. So we can see the whole menu of the website. Then we can see the width of the layout is much bigger. So we can place the text on the one side and the image on the other side, making it look good on the big screens. With these kinds of layouts, we usually get some additional information about fonts, font sizes, colors to use, paddings, margins, etc. It should be all calculated and added to the layout document at this point. Sometimes we have something like prototypes. Prototypes are not always made. It depends on the complexity of the project, the client's preferences, etc. A prototype is a version that shows us not only the appearance of a certain website or application, but also its functionality. The prototype allows you to switch something or click something and see how it works. Programming the final product is very expensive, so prototypes are created to check whether a certain functionality of the application is working, whether if it's efficient, and whether it is worth implementing it in the final product. And now I would like to show you some tools that you can use in your work. I would like to show you some tools for mockupping and prototyping. Both can be used in their free versions. The first is Adobe XD, a very nice tool for creating a website designs and prototypes to click through and share it with the client. I encourage you to save this solution for the future. A very good tool for creating the UI, which is the user interface, and the UX, which is the user experience. The second program I wanted to show you is Mockflow. This is a mockup application. We will use it later in our course, and we will use it to create a mockup of the website. It is generally paid, but it has a free version, which can suit us pretty well, especially at the beginning. It's a cool and simple program for creating mockups very quickly. Now let's move on to the second part of our meeting. What should we put in the head of our website? The first tags that should appear on our website are these two meta tags. The first is Carsef UTF-8, which is a character encoding system containing local characters for most Western alphabets. The second meta tag is the viewport. It is responsible for the correct display of our website on the mobile devices. And that's all we need to know about it for now. When we move on to the topic of responsiveness and creating websites properly displayed on mobile devices in this course, I will tell you more about it. Both of these tags appear by default when using the image shortcut in Visual Studio Code when creating the HTML structure. These two meta tags should always be found in our projects. Moreover, they should be placed at the beginning of our head element because they are important in the rendering process of the page by the browser. Later, we can place more tags that are important from the point of view of the user, web browser, and search engines. The first tag is the title. It should be in the head element, it shouldn't be too long, and it should contain a few keywords relevant to our website. The title and description are displayed in the search results, so it's worth including the name of our website or a company that will be entered into search engines by the users. The description shouldn't be too long either. It is best if it's several sentences. The keywords tag is not so important today from the positioning point of view, but we can place it in a head tag as well, providing a few keywords relevant to our website. Another tag that we don't need to include, but I wanted to show is robots index follow. We use it if we want the search engine crawler to visit our website and analyze its content in order to be able to better identify our website in the search results. This entry is the default one, so even if we don't add it, it will still be in our head tag. If we don't want the search engine robots to enter our website, we can change its value to no index and no follow. The robot will probably come to our website anyway, but I'm only talking about it so that you could know that something like this exists. Another meta tag is aimed at the Internet Explorer browser. If our website is open in the Internet Explorer, this record tells the browser to display this website in its latest mode. Until recently, this meta tag was included by default in the image shortcut in Visual Studio Code when creating the HTML structure, but since the Internet Explorer is no longer supported by Microsoft, this meta tag has also disappeared from the image shortcut. I'm talking about this because you can often find it in the code by visiting various websites. Another thing that we can put in the head tag is a link tag or a script tag. Using the link tag, we can import a file with CSS styles into our document. And with the script tag, we can import a JavaScript code file. While it's worth importing the CSS styles in the head tag, it's better to place the JavaScript file at the end of our HTML document, right before the body closing tag. But from the technical point of view, we can place it in a head tag with no problem. We can also put a favicon in the head tag. A favicon is an icon that appears in the browser tab next to the title of our website. To get a favicon into your website, all you need to do is to put a favicon ICO file in the main catalog of your website. We can also add a favicon using the link tag, as in case of importing a CSS file, but with the rel attribute value as icon. In case of a CSS style import, it would be style sheet. In the href attribute, we indicate the path to the file. That should be our icon. In this case, it's a PNG file. It's a good idea to use a PNG file as a favicon since it keeps transparency if we want our icon to have some transparent elements. Most of the favicons on the websites have transparent borders, which means the icon can have a different shape. This is what PNG files are used for, since they preserve the information about the transparency of the image. We can also use the additional tags that will refer to our icon in different sizes, so that it will be clearly visible on different devices, because our favicon can be visible as an icon on our smartphone or TV. In the head tag, we can also put some meta tags for various platforms such as Facebook, which require appropriately tagged content to be able to display it well while sharing. I will show it to you in the example. This is Facebook Sharing Debugger. It's very easy to find. You can just Google Facebook Sharing Debugger and this is what you'll get. Here you have to paste the URL to your website and click the debug button. Just like this. And there we have all information of how our website will be seen on Facebook when we share it. So here you can see this is the image we'll get, the domain of our website, its title, and the description you can see right here. And as you can see, it's all placed right here, placed with those meta tags you can see right here, which I will show in our presentation in a moment. So here we can see OG URL, which is Cool Mentors IT, OG title, which is Cool Mentors, OG description, which we can see right here, OG image, which should be an image placed in some catalog on the server with our website, and we can place the alternative tags for the image of our website. And this will be the effect when sharing our website on Facebook. And here you can see these are the same meta tags as used on the Facebook Sharing Debugger. So when we place it like this on our website, everything should be displayed correctly on the social media. Those meta tags can be easily Googled, or you can go to documentation of the Facebook Sharing Debugger, copy those and place it to your head tag on your website. So that would be all. Thanks a lot to everyone for making it to the end of today's YouTube bonus material. I invite all course participants to the next section of the course and all YouTube viewers to another bonus material at the end of the next section of the course. Thanks again guys and see you soon.